Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski, and today I wanted to do one of my favorite types of videos, a little bit of a ramble. Hopefully I can give you guys some information or understanding using my 9 years of experience of PokeMMO and how much I play this game and how much I care about this game. Today, we're going to be talking about the Ditto crisis is what I would call it. Quote unquote, the Ditto economy crisis. Now, I'm only one person. I can only have as much info as I possibly can have. If you guys disagree with everything I have to say here today, this is all my opinion. This is all my perspective. Please feel free to disagree in the comments down below, and I would love to hear your guys' perspective. Please present it politely is all that I request. Now, thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to like the video physically and subscribe to show that you enjoyed the content. Now, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. Now, Ditto prices. For a long time, for the past couple... I want to say years. I wouldn't be the best person to ask on that. Maybe 2 years. Ditto prices have been around at around 180K for one box of Dittos. Now, for those who don't know, people need to buy a lot of Dittos. So one box of Dittos is around 60, or sorry, one box of Dittos is 60 Dittos. Now, that used to be 3K per Ditto. You could find them on the GTL for around 3,800 to 3,800, maybe like 3,500 at the time. Maybe sometimes you'd see Dittos go up for 3K, but they'd always get insta bought because you could just buy them for that price out of a box. The point of a Ditto box, for those who don't know, is for sellers to dodge the listing fee, which is 1K per Ditto, which is a big deal, right? And for buyers to encourage them to sell to them, and it's also faster trading. Essentially, what ends up happening is the buyer gets to buy the Dittos for cheaper or the same price, and the seller gets to make more money. If you sell a Ditto for 3,500 Pokeyen on the GTL, you would make 500 Pokeyen more per Ditto, which is a big deal, per Ditto, if you sold it at 3K price, at 3K per Ditto, which is 180K for a box. Now, nowadays, Ditto boxes have gone up, and for good reason, and for fair reason, but people have been overpaying like crazy, and it's a mixture of people panicking. There's been a lot of new players coming into the Ditto buying market scene and just panicking and overpaying, and it's crazy to see. But also sellers gouging, but it's mostly the buy. I would put most of the fault on this on newer buyers. And what I want to talk about is how Dittos and using Dittos to shiny hunt breed. People buy large amounts of Dittos to breed for a shiny. Sorry if that wasn't clear. You need around 30,000 Dittos on average, obviously, to breed for a shiny, which is going to take you an extremely long time. It's an extremely long time to farm that many Dittos. It's an extremely long process to try to breed for a shiny. Now, a lot of new players have been trying to breed for a shiny recently and trying this method. There's been more shiny hunters than ever in PokeMMO. Hopefully, I like to think due to my videos. I love shiny hunting. I love to encourage it, which is awesome. But there's been a lot of players who will start going for a shiny hunting breed. We'll try to, breed that shiny Charmander with only around like 1 to 5 mil to their name. If I was at this cash stack, I would never start a breeding for a shiny journey. If you guys want to, go ahead. I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do. Please do whatever you want to do. But personally, I wouldn't recommend breeding for a shiny personally unless you have around maybe 50 to 80 mil saved up, and then you can also make some money, during that journey. I started my breeding for a shiny at around 30 mil, which was in my opinion quite low, and I also started it because I had a feeling of good luck. But even then, I started my journey of breeding towards my shiny Cornetos at 30 mil, and that was a little low. The reason is it'll cost you on average 100 to 120 million Pokeyen to breed one shiny Pokemon using Dittos. I think a lot of players don't know this or don't realize it'll also take you around 750 to 1,000 hours, and that's like of activity of doing it, not alone like other stuff like just waiting for Ditto boxes to be available and such. I think that number was calculated with the idea of you being able to buy one Ditto box every 20 minutes or one batch every 20 minutes. I forget, but it's a long journey. It takes most people 6+ months to maybe over a year to breed for a shiny Pokemon. And I think a lot of new players come in with very hopeful, joy-filled eyes. And I don't want to crush those joy-filled eyes, but at the same time, we need new players to understand, the long journey ahead of you. And if you think you understand that, or even if you just want to, breed a box here and there and go for it, do whatever you want to do, right? But I think the Ditto economy and the crisis has been heavily affected by newer players coming in and rushing to buy Ditto boxes and trying to speed up the process. And it's like, you have to have that patience. Ditto box buying and selling and the relation to shiny hunting is always going to be an extremely long, extremely patient process. If you don't have the patience for that sort of I wouldn't recommend getting into it. It sucks because a lot of the best shinies in the game come through breeding. Things like shiny Charmander, shiny Beldum, all of these super high desired shinies, shiny Riolu. It's really, really crushing to, people want to hunt for their favorite shiny. All the shiny starters, people want a shiny Eevee, people want to hunt for their favorite shinies. So I never want to tell them no. What I just want to give people an idea and understanding and more information on it, and my personal recommendation. I think it's really important to come in knowing what you're getting into. If you understand you're getting into a 1,000 plus hour grind, on average, it could be much longer, right? And then a 100 to 120 million Pokeyen cost on average. As long as you understand that coming in, and as long as you're aware of that, I wish you the best of luck. And you could come in at whatever you want to do. But I think a lot of players have just been rushing to buy Ditto boxes. They've been paying like 240k per box, which is absurd. I remind you right now. I probably should have mentioned this earlier in the video. The average price of a Ditto box, in my opinion, should be around 200 to 220k. Absolutely. I would never pay more than 220k for a Ditto box. It is absurd. It is an insane price gouge. If you're paying 240k, let me get the GTL up right now. If you're paying 240k, I believe they were 4k earlier. So Dittos will often be around 3999 or 4k on the GTL. If you're paying 240k for a Ditto box, that is literally the price you could have paid for on the GTL. You are hurting yourself so much when doing that. There is no reason to do that. Usually, buying Dittos at 4k a piece, like this one, is going to cost 240k for 60. There's no reason to buy Ditto boxes. You're hurting yourself so much as the buyer, and sellers should not be looking to sell Ditto boxes for 240k. If I always say to sellers, man, if someone is in trade chat offering to sell one for 240k, hey man, get that bag. Go sell that Ditto box, more power to you. But man, a message to Ditto box buyers, please stop overpaying. Stop hurting yourself. Stop, you're just hurting yourself in the long run. People don't realize how much of an insanely long journey it is. And I think and the whole point of this video was just to give that PSA and to give that understanding and that speculation, give those numbers and let you guys know, the seriousness of a hunt like this. Egg hunts should be reserved and are reserved for the most elite players. Not every person should be going for an egg hunt, which is tough, but that's what makes those shinies rare. If everyone just had the ability to egg hunt, think of how, if it was really cheap, there'd be so many shiny Charmanders in the game, or so many shiny starters. The whole point of these shinies being so rare and being so expensive is what keeps them expensive. It's it's basic rarity, basic supply and demand. But recently I feel like there has been an influx of new players that have been hiking up the price. So my biggest recommendation is, my biggest PSA is that I would not buy a Ditto box currently for over 220k. I think it just hurts the economy. It hurts yourself. It's inflating value that isn't there. Obviously, do what you want to do. At the end of the day, I'm never going to try to control you. This is all just my opinion, my recommendations. I want to make that really clear before I get so many hate comments about, it is supply and demand. People are wanting to pay more. They can. Yes and no, right? When you're creating that fake demand, the panic. It's a lot of panic is my best way to describe it. I think a lot of players are panicking. If you there's gonna be so many days where you just can't buy a Ditto box for 220k, which is okay. You need to understand it is a long process. Most people aim to do one batch of, I'll show you guys my PC. Most people aim to do one batch of breeding, which is, my batch is quite large. My batch is 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just go to the 11. My batch is 11 boxes of Pokemon, which is quite large. I think most people don't do this many because I bought a lot of PC expansions and allowed me to be able to create a lot of space and dedicate to my Cranidos grind. Most people look to do one batch every week or so. Also, you shouldn't be overpaying and buying Ditto boxes if you don't even have donator status. I don't recommend, me personally, I'm stocking up right now. I'm not breeding because I don't have donator status. I don't recommend doing this grind or committing to it so hard if you don't have donator status already. Having donator status is super worth it. Now, shiny charms used to be super worth it during this grind, and in my opinion, they're not as worth it anymore because they are so expensive, around 800k, I believe. I haven't checked the price in a while, though. Let's see what they're at right now. Yeah, shiny charms, in my opinion, not worth it for the egg hunt right now, but donator status very much is. And don't go gouging yourself for prices. Don't go overpaying without donator status. But anyways, this video has become too long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like it if you did, to show me that, and subscribe for future PokeMMO content. Leave all of your feedback in the comments down below. I'm happy to engage with you guys and happy to talk about it. Just try to present it politely. I'm a human as well. I'll try to be polite and, nice as back. I appreciate it, guys. Make sure to check out all the playlist links down below if you want more PokeMMO content after this video is over. Consider joining the Discord if you want to say hi to me or talk PokeMMO stuff, or just meet, like-minded players who really care about the game. And then finally, if you do want to go above and beyond, to consider becoming a YouTube member to me for $5 a month, dropping a Twitch Prime or a Twitch sub over my Twitch, hitting up my Patreon or my Venmo. All of those who go above and beyond and do that truly do support the channel and allow me to keep making content. So thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope it was worth it. I really, really care about, not waste people's time and just it being an entertaining. And I always want to be a positive asset on people's lives and in their time. We don't have infinite time, so it's important to make good use of it. Anyways, have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Best of luck buying Ditto boxes.